Hello, everyone, and welcome to an episode where we're going to talk about how to kill Vorkath. We're going to start off with a few things that you should know about your inventory, your gear, prayers, magic, how to get there, and then what to do when you're fighting him. To start off, we want to have some house teleports because that's how you can quickly teleport home and save your runes for the Crumble Undead spell. You can use a home teleport and a scroll of redirection to make Relica teleports so you can get there easier. Rune Pouch is going to be filled up with Earth, Air, and Chaos for the Crumble Undead spell. You don't want too many runes. You don't want to use too many combination runes because whenever you open your spell book, you don't want too much here or these icons will be much smaller. You're going to want Ruby Dragon Bolt's E for when he gets to 65% health. Ranging Potion, Super Anti-Fire, Anti-Venom Plus, Prayer Pots, and I brought some Saradomin Brews with a Restore just to squeak out a couple extra kills. The rest, bring food. Now to talk about gear. You can do this with Elite Void, or you can do it with Armadillo, like I am, or you can do it with God D'hide. God D'hide is the most cheapest option, I'd say, other than Elite Void, where you have to just grind it out. You're going to want to have a high magic defense. The magic defense is important because if you're using range like I am, it's going to hit you mostly with this blue ball. The damage with the blue ball on God D'hide is much greater than it is going to be with Armadillo. I've learned that Armadillo, it is a bit pricey. It's not as pricey as some other things, but the magic defense is great. It may even be greater than Masori. I'd have to double check, but I think it is. Then make sure you bring a salve amulet. The salve amulet is important. Your best assembler or Ava's device. Ruby Dragon Bolt's E to start off the fight. I'm bringing a dragon crossbow. You can bring rune. You can bring better than a dragon crossbow. This is the cheapest option I could get. Bring a dragon anti-fire shield or better. So I have the dragon fire ward. It adds a little bit to some defense, stuff like that. It was pretty good. I have Pegasian boots, but you can bring whatever you need and make sure you have your ring slot and your gloves, everything filled out so that way you can do your highest amount of damage. The next thing we're going to talk about is your quick prayers. You need to right click your prayer up here, set up quick prayers, choose protect from missiles and your best attack for range, which is going to be either Eagle Eye or Rigor. Now we will use the Relica teleport to get there. You're going to want to talk to the fisherman Torfin and take you to Ungeal. Once you're there, click on the glowing rock so you can get inside. When it comes to fighting Vorkath, he can attack you with a few different attacks. He's going to use a magic attack, which is going to be one of the attacks that does the most consistent damage to you. You will pray against the range attack. You will have a super anti-fire to protect you against the fire attack. You will have an anti-venom plus to protect you against the venom attack. The only other two attacks that can also do damage to you is a fireball. When the fireball comes out, you step 2 tiles away and the fireball will come down and you can continue to attack him. When the spider comes out, that's the next attack that can do damage to you. He will shoot a spider out and it'll fall somewhere along the sides of him. Sometimes it can be decently close to you or it may be far away from you. The trick to the spider is going to be clicking on the ground. As soon as he shoots it out, you click on the ground because it will cancel whatever you're you're locked onto Vorkath at the time. So by clicking on the ground, it cancels that lock and it allows you to switch to your magic attack, choose Crumble Undead, and click on the spider. If you don't click on the ground before you choose the spell and click on him, you will still be kind of locked onto Vorkath, and a lag can happen. It happens sometimes, it doesn't, but there is a time, depending on where the spider will fall, that small amount of time can cause you to get hurt by the spider. I've learned that by clicking on the ground every time, it will not hurt you. Whenever he shoots out poison will go everywhere. You're going to walk left and right consistently in between the poison splatters, and you will not get hurt. During this time, you can turn off your prayer, which is what I do. You can eat food. You can potion up. You can do your prayers. You can do whatever you need during this time. You shouldn't be getting hurt. Sometimes when he shoots the poison out, you'll be standing right on it, or you'll be in a spot where poison doesn't give you much room to walk. You're going to want your true tile on, and you're going to want it to be a couple squares out in front of you. So before your true tile gets to where the poison is, you're going to go ahead and click on this other side. So basically your true tile goes out, you're going to want to kind of do this thing, just like that, as the poison's going, and you won't get hurt as long as your person or your true tile doesn't actually get to the poison. So let's get this started. Keep your walk energy on. Make sure you dose up. Turn on your prayers. As soon as the pink attack goes, it turns off your prayer. Turn it back on. Once he hits 65%, you're going to want to switch over to the Ruby Dragon Bolt's E. Click on the ground, switch, Crumble Undead, click on the spider. I like to keep my cursor out here to the side where when he shoots the fireball, I can just immediately click on the ground and then click back on him. As long as my cursor is 2 tiles away, I'm ready for whatever he can bring. Once he reaches 65% health, you're going to want to switch over to the Ruby Dragon Bolt's E. Also, when he spits the poison, look, you just walk back and forth between. You can turn off your prayer. You can dose up. You can do whatever you need in this time. Just make sure that you don't click on the poison. Pretty much just rinse and repeat until he's dead. That's the guide. Hopefully you get the pet, or hopefully you get one of those sweet rare drops so you can catch a few mil. Otherwise, as long as you do this right, this should be multiple mils an hour, depending on how many times you can kill them. Each kill generally gets about 250k or more. So hopefully, if you're lucky, you'll get pretty rich off Vorkath.